something has already shifted. Not loudly, not dramatically, but quietly beneath the surface of your life. And if you're paying attention right now, it's because you can feel it, even if you can't explain it. Here is the truth most people don't realize. The biggest turning points in life do not announce themselves. They arrive as discomfort, restlessness, fatigue, emotional fog. They arrive disguised as confusion. And that is exactly why this moment matters. Because as of mid-January 2026, the universe is not chaotic. It is precise. It is timed. It is structured. You are not drifting. You are being repositioned. And what you're feeling right now is not failure. It is recalibration. If you felt emotionally heavier than usual, if old memories have been resurfacing for no clear reason, if you've been questioning your direction, your relationships, your purpose, that is not random. That is the signal. Because January is not just the start of a calendar year. Energetically, it functions like a doorway. And right now, you are standing inside a narrow passage between cycles. One chapter is closing, another is forming, but the universe never slams doors. It slowly loosens what no longer fits. That is why this phase feels strange. You may notice you're less reactive than before, yet more sensitive inside. You want peace, but you also feel unsettled. You're tired of old patterns, but unsure what replaces them. This is the emotional signature of a realignment window. Not a manifestation phase, not a rush forward phase, a recalibration phase. And most people misunderstand this stage and sabotage themselves in it. Because when momentum slows, the ego panics. It says, do something, decide something, fix something, change everything. But the universe is not asking for speed right now. It is asking for precision. This period is not testing how fast you move. It is testing how clearly you see. That is why everything feels slightly suspended. The universe has reduced external noise so you can finally hear internal truth. And this is uncomfortable because clarity comes before comfort. Right now, many people watching this are experiencing subtle emotional symptoms, a sense of emotional distance from situations that once consumed them, a growing intolerance for surface-level connections, a quiet pull towards solitude, reflection, or inner stillness. This is not withdrawal. It is refinement. You are being edited by life, and editing always feels like loss before it feels like progress. The universe is not taking from you, it is removing distortion. That is why familiar things feel unfamiliar. Old motivations no longer excite you. Old arguments no longer feel worth the energy. Old ambitions feel strangely hollow. You are not losing direction. You are outgrowing an outdated identity. And here is the key cosmic truth most people miss. The universe does not rebuild your future while you are emotionally attached to your past. So first, it loosens your grip. This is why nostalgia is strong right now, why dreams are vivid, why unfinished emotional business is resurfacing. Your subconscious is cleaning house, not to punish you, to prepare you, because what is coming next requires a clearer version of you. January 2026 is not a dramatic breakthrough month. It is a quiet alignment month, and quiet months decide loud years. Think of it like this. Before a massive ship changes direction, it must slow down. Before a storm reorganizes the atmosphere, pressure builds invisibly. Before a seed breaks the surface, it first splits underground. You are in the underground phase, and that is why patience is the real test right now. The universe is watching something specific, not how boldly you act, but how wisely you pause. Because this phase isn't about action, it's about restraint. If you force decisions right now, you create friction. If you allow clarity to mature, you create flow. That is the difference between destiny and detours. Many of you are being tested through irritation, delays, miscommunications, emotional triggers, not to block you, but to reveal what still controls you. Because what still provokes you still owns you, and the universe is trying to free you. That is why reactive behavior backfires right now. This is not a season for confrontation, not a season for ultimatums, not a season for emotional explosions. It is a season for emotional mastery. The people who win this cycle are not the loudest. They are the calmest. Behind the scenes, something remarkable is happening. While your outer life feels slower, your inner alignment is accelerating. Your values are reorganizing. Your nervous system is recalibrating. Your intuition is sharpening. You may not see results yet, but structure is forming. And structure always comes before momentum. This is why January feels heavier than expected. You thought you'd feel energized. Instead, you feel reflective. This is not stagnation. It is strategic stillness. The universe slows you down when a wrong turn is ahead. Right now, paths are quietly rearranging around you. People who are misaligned will begin to fade naturally. Situations that drain you will lose momentum. Opportunities that match your next level will start forming invisibly. You don't chase them yet. They are not ready yet. Timing is everything, and January is not the harvest. It is the calibration. This is where internal order is restored before external movement resumes. And here is the deeper truth. Your life is not falling apart. It is falling into a more accurate shape. You are not behind. You are being rerouted with precision. The universe is not asking you to leap. It is asking you to listen. Because right now, stillness contains more intelligence than action. And those who learn to pause correctly now will move effortlessly later. This moment will not feel important until months from now, when you realize this was the pivot point, the invisible turning point. And when it finally becomes clear, you'll understand. Nothing was delayed. Nothing was broken. Nothing was wasted. Everything was being aligned. And this moment will make sense later. Right now, life is not testing your strength. It is testing your emotional intelligence. And this is subtle, because the universe rarely tests us through obvious disasters. It tests us through small moments. Conversations that slightly irritate you. Delays that press your patience. People who mirror your unresolved wounds. This is how real transformation is measured. Not by how you act when life is easy, but by how you regulate yourself when life is unclear. January 2026 is functioning like a mirror month. It is reflecting back the emotional patterns that still quietly govern your choices. Not to shame you, but to make you aware. Because awareness is the gateway to power. Many of you have noticed something unusual. The same situations keep repeating, but they no longer feel the same. You react differently. or you catch yourself before reacting. This is not accidental. It means the universe has moved you into a higher observation point. You are being trained to respond, not react. And that distinction will shape your entire next chapter. Reaction is automatic. Response is conscious. Reaction repeats history. Response creates destiny. This is why emotional discipline is being sharpened right now. The universe is preparing you for greater influence, greater responsibility, greater clarity. But it cannot expand what is still unstable. So first, it stabilizes you internally. That is why emotional triggers are surfacing. Old insecurities, old resentments, old expectations. Not because you are regressing, but because you are strong enough now to transcend them. Healing does not mean forgetting. It means no longer being controlled by what you remember. January is exposing the emotional habits that quietly sabotage momentum. Where you over-explain, where you overgive, where you withdraw, where you seek validation. These patterns were once survival tools, but they are now becoming limitations. And the universe is gently revealing this by slowing the environment around you. When life slows down, internal noise becomes louder. This is intentional, because you cannot refine what you cannot see. Right now, many people are being tested through silence. Messages not returned, plans postponed, answers delayed. This is not rejection. It is emotional detox. The universe is teaching you how to remain centered without external reassurance. Because the next level of your life will require inner stability, not constant feedback. The future you are being prepared for will move faster than your old emotional reflexes can handle. So they are being recalibrated now. This phase is not about proving yourself to others. It is about mastering yourself. And here is the quiet truth. The universe is watching how you handle uncertainty. Not just what you say publicly, but how you think privately. Because your private emotional habits become your public destiny. This is why impulsive decisions feel heavier right now. Why quick reactions seem to complicate things. The universe is reducing your tolerance for emotional chaos. You may notice you're less interested in drama, arguments, or emotional intensity. That is not apathy. It is maturity activating. You are shifting from stimulation to stability, and this is the emotional signature of real power. The people who rise next are not the most aggressive. They are the most composed. This is why restraint is sacred right now. This phase isn't about action. It's about restraint. The universe is teaching you that not every thought needs expression. Not every feeling needs reaction. Not every situation needs control. Silence is becoming strategic. Stillness is becoming intelligent. Because clarity is forming underneath the emotional noise. Right now, your nervous system is being trained for a calmer future. A future that requires presence, not panic. And this is why you may feel unusually aware of your emotional state lately. You notice when you're drained faster. You notice when something feels misaligned quicker. That is intuition sharpening. Emotional intelligence is spiritual intelligence in practice. And the universe is cultivating it carefully. Some of you are being tested through people from the past reappearing, not to return you to who you were, but to confirm who you are no longer. The universe often brings old energy back one last time to see if it still has access. If you no longer feel the pull, the cycle is closing properly. If you feel tempted to repeat, the lesson is still active. This is not punishment. It is precision. Because the next phase cannot be built on unresolved emotional reflexes. Right now, what is being tested is not your ambition. It is your alignment. The universe is less interested in what you can achieve and more interested in how you maintain inner order while achieving it. This is why emotional maturity is the currency of this cycle. Those who learn to self-regulate now will attract opportunities that require steadiness. Those who remain reactive will experience unnecessary detours. This is a training period, a refinement stage, and it is quiet on purpose, because deep change rarely announces itself. It reveals itself gradually. The universe is not trying to break you. It is trying to stabilize you. So if life feels slower, softer, more internal right now, it is because your foundation is being reinforced. Emotional stability is the infrastructure of destiny. An infrastructure is always built before expansion. This is why nothing is wrong. You are not stuck. You are being trained for what is next. And what comes next will move quickly. That is why this emotional discipline phase is so important. Because once momentum returns, you will not have time to recalibrate. So the universe is doing it now, quietly, precisely, lovingly, and when the pace accelerates again, you will realize this season was not empty. It was essential. While your external world feels slower, something very different is happening beneath the surface. The universe is not idle. It is reorganizing. Most people only recognize change when it becomes visible. But reality is built invisibly first. Structure always forms before results appear. And right now, January 2026 is functioning like a cosmic construction zone. Quiet on the surface, active underneath. This is why it can feel like nothing is happening, while everything is actually being arranged. The universe never moves randomly. It operates through timing, sequence, and alignment. When your life pauses, it is not a stop. It is a recalculation. You are being repositioned with precision. Many of you are experiencing subtle disruptions, plans shifting, people changing, priorities rearranging. Not enough chaos to feel dramatic, but enough uncertainty to feel uncomfortable. This is intentional, because before the universe upgrades your path, it must loosen your attachment to the old route. If it changed everything instantly, you would resist. So it changes things gradually. This is why you feel in between. No longer who you were, not yet who you're becoming. This in-between state is not confusion. It is transition. And transition always feels unstable before it feels clear. Behind the scenes, the universe is synchronizing timelines. People are being redirected. Opportunities are being rerouted. Circumstances are quietly shifting into future positions. None of this requires your force. It requires your cooperation. The more you rush right now, the more you interfere with precision. This phase isn't about action. It's about restraint. Because timing determines whether effort becomes flow or friction. You may notice that pushing too hard creates resistance lately. Doors don't open easily. Conversations feel forced. Plans require more effort than usual. This is not failure. It is guidance. The universe is steering you away from misaligned directions. It is not blocking you. It is protecting you from premature movement. January is a recalibration month. It corrects course before momentum resumes. This is why patience is powerful right now, because patience allows the universe to finish aligning the environment around you. Impatience creates detours. Right now, certain things are not moving because they are not meant to move yet. Other things are quietly forming that you cannot see yet. The universe often prepares your future before informing your present. That is why sudden opportunities seem to appear later out of nowhere. They were never sudden. They were assembling while you were waiting. This is the hidden architecture of reality. You may also notice that your internal compass is shifting. What once felt urgent now feels optional. What once felt distant now feels important. This is not random. Your priorities are being reprogrammed. The universe upgrades desire before it upgrades circumstance, because what you want determines where you go. Many people miss this stage. They mistake the quiet for emptiness. But quiet is where accuracy is restored. The universe reduces noise when fine adjustments are needed. Think of a pilot correcting course mid-flight. The plane does not turn sharply. It adjusts degrees, slowly, precisely. You are in a degree adjustment phase. Small internal changes are redirecting large future outcomes. This is why this period will matter more than it seems. Months from now, you'll look back and realize this was the moment everything subtly shifted. Relationships, work paths, personal identity, all being nudged into more accurate positions. Right now, the universe is untangling mismatched connections. Some people will naturally drift away, not through conflict, but through quiet distance. This is not loss. It is alignment. You are not meant to carry everyone forward. Some were companions for a chapter, not the entire story. As your frequency changes, your environment must change too. This happens gently when done correctly. That is why transitions are slow right now. The universe prefers stability over shock. It rearranges your life without breaking it. You may also feel drawn to simplify. Less clutter, less noise, less emotional drama. This is not boredom. It is refinement. You are shedding excess weight before accelerating, just as athletes reduce drag before increasing speed. The universe prepares momentum by first reducing friction. That is what is happening now. You are being streamlined. Your path is being cleared of subtle misalignments. And because this work is invisible, it can feel unrewarding. But invisibility does not mean insignificance. Foundations are never seen after the building rises. But without them, nothing stands. January is laying foundations. Emotional foundations, directional foundations, energetic foundations. This is why nothing is broken. It is being adjusted. And here is the deeper truth. The universe is not reacting to your past. It is preparing your future. It is not cleaning up old mistakes. It is constructing new possibilities. But construction requires space. That is why certain things must dissolve first. Not because they were wrong, but because they no longer fit the next structure. Right now, life may feel like it is slowly rearranging itself around you. That is exactly what is happening. The universe is placing you where future opportunities can reach you more easily. This is not punishment. It is placement. And placement always comes before progress. So if the present feels slower than expected, remember this. Quiet phases decide loud futures. And when movement returns, it will feel natural, not forced. Because alignment creates momentum automatically. You will not have to chase. You will not have to strain. What is meant for you will recognize you. But first, the coordinates must be set. And that is what this month is. Doing, invisibly, precisely, perfectly. Right now, what you do not do is just as important as what you do. Because during alignment phases, small missteps create large delays. January 2026 is not a time for reckless movement. It is a time for intelligent restraint. The universe is recalibrating your path, and interference can distort the process. This is why certain behaviors feel heavier than usual. Actions that once seemed harmless now create immediate resistance. This is guidance, not punishment. The universe is tightening cause and effect to train precision. The first thing to avoid right now is emotional impulsiveness. Quick reactions, sharp words, sudden decisions. The environment is highly sensitive at this stage. Think of wet cement. Whatever you press into it now leaves a long imprint. That is why restraint is sacred. The universe is watching how you respond, not how fast you move. Emotional discipline is more powerful than boldness in this cycle. Another thing to avoid is forcing clarity prematurely. Many people are tempted to demand answers right now, to define the future before it is fully formed. But clarity unfolds in layers. Forcing decisions in incomplete information creates misalignment. If something still feels uncertain, it is because the full picture is not yet visible. The universe withholds clarity not to frustrate you, but to protect you from locking into a partial truth. Patience allows reality to reveal itself accurately, and patience locks you into temporary perspectives. Right now, silence contains more intelligence than speed. Another subtle trap to avoid is over-attachment to old identities. You may feel the urge to defend who you used to be. Old roles, old labels, old versions of yourself. But clinging to expired identities slows evolution. The universe is shifting your self-concept. What once defined you may no longer fit. This is not loss. It is growth. Holding on to outdated versions of yourself creates internal conflict. Letting go creates internal clarity. You are not becoming less. You are becoming more precise. Another danger right now is over-explaining yourself, trying to make everyone understand your path, seeking validation for changes that are still forming. This drains energy. The universe does not require consensus for transformation. It requires alignment. Not everyone is meant to understand you at this stage. Some will only recognize your direction after it becomes visible. Protecting your evolving vision is wisdom, not secrecy. Some things need incubation before exposure. Avoid unnecessary battles. Arguments right now escalate easily and resolve slowly. This is not the season to prove points. It is the season to preserve peace. Peace is not passivity. It is strategic clarity. Every conflict costs energy. And right now, your energy is being reserved for something larger. The universe is teaching you that not every situation deserves access to your nervous system. What you engage emotionally shapes your trajectory. Choose carefully. Also, avoid rushing to replace what is fading. Some things are leaving naturally. Relationships, habits, desires do not immediately fill the space. Empty space is not a problem. It is preparation. The universe creates space before it delivers upgrades. Many people sabotage blessings by filling gaps too quickly with substitutes. Let the space breathe. Let clarity catch up. Something better fits into empty hands than crowded ones. Avoid dramatic life overhauls right now. Burning bridges. Making extreme changes. Declaring final conclusions. This phase is about refinement, not revolution. Subtle adjustments create lasting results. Radical reactions create instability. The universe prefers precision over intensity. What grows slowly grows strong. Another thing to avoid is interpreting stillness as failure. This mindset creates panic movement. Stillness right now is functional. It is not stagnation. It is synchronization. The universe slows external motion when internal order must be restored. If you treat stillness as an enemy, you will fight the very process meant to elevate you. This phase is not about proving productivity. It is about protecting alignment. Avoid comparing your timeline to others. Comparison distorts perception. Everyone is on a different sequence. Some are harvesting. Some are planting. Some are preparing soil. You are not behind. You are exactly where your development requires you to be. Forcing yourself into someone else's timing creates friction. The universe operates through personalized precision, not collective schedules. And finally, avoid ignoring intuition. Your internal signals are louder right now for a reason. Subtle discomfort, quiet hesitation, gentle inner nudges. These are not anxiety. They are navigation tools. The universe is guiding you through sensation, not logic alone. When something feels off, pause. When something feels calm, notice. Your intuition is being sharpened for the next phase. Ignoring it now weakens its clarity later. This is a delicate window. What you resist persists. What you respect resolves. This phase is not about dramatic leaps. It is about intelligent positioning. The universe is not asking you to charge forward. It is asking you to move wisely, because what is coming next will require stability, and stability is built through restraint. While it may not look like much is happening, several powerful currents are moving beneath the surface in your favor. The universe never pauses without purpose. When external movement slows, internal orchestration accelerates. January 2026 is not an empty month. It is a strategic month. What is forming now will not arrive loudly. It will arrive smoothly. And that is how you'll know it was aligned. Right now, the universe is repositioning you emotionally before repositioning you physically. Your standards are changing. Your tolerance for misalignment is shrinking. What you once accepted, you no longer can. This is not becoming difficult. It is becoming precise. Precision attracts quality, and quality changes everything. You may notice you're no longer chasing intensity. You're drawn to stability. This is not settling. It is upgrading. Peace is not boring. It is powerful. And the universe is preparing you for environments where clarity matters more than chaos. Behind the scenes, new connections are being prepared. People who match your next level, not your previous one. But alignment requires distance first. Old connections must loosen before new ones can form. This is why certain relationships feel quieter, not broken, just less central. This creates room for more accurate connections to enter. The universe never removes without replacing. It simply does not replace until space exists. Opportunities are also being assembled. You may not see them yet, but pathways are shifting. Decisions made by others. Structural changes in systems you're connected to. Events you cannot control. All of these are quietly moving pieces into position. When the opportunity arrives, it will feel natural, not forced. You will say, "This makes sense now." That is the signature of alignment. Your inner world is also being strengthened. You are becoming more self-directed, less dependent on approval, more anchored in your own clarity. This emotional independence is essential for the next phase, because the future you're stepping into requires inner authority. You are learning to trust your own navigation system. This is subtle but profound. It marks the shift from seeking direction to becoming directed. Many of you are also being guided toward simplification, cleaner routines, clearer boundaries, more intentional living. This is not minimalism for style. It is minimalism for speed. The universe is reducing complexity so movement can accelerate later. Complexity slows progress. Clarity speeds it up. What feels like loss now is actually preparation for expansion. Right now, you're being quietly positioned for stability. Stable relationships. Stable direction. Stable progress. This is why emotional maturity is being cultivated first. Success without stability collapses. The universe prefers sustainability over spectacle. That is why your path is being strengthened at the root level. Some of you are being guided toward internal healing that you once postponed. Not dramatically, gently. Old emotional weight is being released gradually. This clears space for lighter momentum later. You cannot move fast while carrying unresolved emotional mass. The universe unloads baggage before increasing speed. Your intuition is also aligning with future timing. You may sense when to wait and when to move more clearly than before. This is the beginning of synchronized living, where effort meets opportunity naturally. This is not luck. It is rhythm. You are learning the rhythm of your own path. Financial and career matters may feel slow right now, but structures are forming. Delays are creating better positioning, a different role, a better connection, a more suitable environment. If something is not moving, it is because something else must move first. The universe is sequencing events. You are not missing opportunities. You are being rooted toward better ones. Emotionally, you may notice a deeper sense of self-respect forming. You are less willing to betray your own values for short-term comfort. This inner alignment is priceless. It protects future success from future regret. The universe is shaping you into someone who can hold what is coming. Because receiving is as important as achieving. And right now, your capacity is being expanded quietly. You are becoming more resilient, more discerning, more centered. These qualities do not make headlines, but they determine destinies. When the external world accelerates again, you will not feel overwhelmed. You will feel ready. This is the hidden blessing of this phase. It prepares you emotionally before it rewards you externally. You are not being delayed. You are being upgraded. The universe is fine-tuning your position, so what arrives fits cleanly into your life instead of disrupting it. This is why everything feels careful right now, because precision is being applied, and precision creates smooth breakthroughs instead of chaotic ones. What is meant for you is not struggling to find you. It is being timed to meet you correctly. And when it does, it will not feel rushed. It will feel right. Every cycle offers a quiet decision point. Not a dramatic crossroads, but a subtle one. A choice in how you interpret your present moment. And this choice quietly determines the trajectory of the months ahead. Right now, as January 2026 unfolds, you are being invited into a higher operating mode. Not through force, but through awareness. The universe is not asking you to do more. It is asking you to see differently. Because perception shapes behavior, and behavior shapes destiny. This is the choice before you. Will you view this slow phase as a setback or as strategic preparation? The meaning you assign to this period becomes self-fulfilling. If you treat it as stagnation, you will act impatiently and distort timing. If you treat it as alignment, you will move wisely and synchronize with opportunity. This is why mindset is not motivational fluff. It is navigational equipment. How you interpret delays determines whether they refine you or derail you. Right now, life is teaching you to operate from inner authority rather than emotional urgency. This is the upgrade. You are being invited to become someone who moves intentionally, not impulsively. Someone who acts from clarity, not pressure. This is how powerful years are built. Not through bursts of activity, but through disciplined alignment. The universe is offering you a chance to reset your relationship with time. To stop rushing life and start reading it. To observe patterns instead of reacting to symptoms. This is the shift from emotional living to conscious living. And it is subtle, but transformational. The future version of you is not more frantic. It is more centered. This is the identity forming now. You may notice you're less interested in proving yourself, less reactive to outside noise, more focused on internal alignment. This is not withdrawal. It is leadership emerging inwardly first. All real leadership begins with self-leadership. The universe is teaching you that power is not speed. It is direction. Anyone can move fast. Few can move correctly. Right now, correctness matters more than quickness. This is why restraint is being trained. This phase isn't about action. It's about restraint. The universe is observing how you manage uncertainty. Do you collapse into fear, or do you remain steady without full information? This determines what level of responsibility you're ready for. Because greater opportunities require emotional stability. The choice being presented is subtle. Will you trust timing or try to control outcomes? Trusting timing is not passive. It is intelligent cooperation. Control creates friction. Trust creates flow. When you trust the process, you remain adaptable. When you resist it, you become rigid. Rigidity breaks under pressure. Adaptability grows stronger. This is why flexibility is being trained right now. You are learning to remain grounded without needing immediate certainty. This skill will protect you in faster phases ahead. Another choice is whether you define yourself by your current circumstances or by your evolving trajectory. Circumstances are temporary. Trajectory is decisive. The universe wants you oriented toward where you're going, not trapped in where you are. This does not mean ignoring reality. It means not mistaking a transitional moment for a final state. January is transitional, not terminal. How you speak about this period shapes its outcome. Language programs perception. If you say nothing is happening, you weaken momentum. If you say something is aligning, you strengthen awareness. The universe responds to orientation, not just action. This is the deeper law most people miss. Conscious alignment multiplies results more than frantic effort. The choice is also about identity. Will you operate as someone waiting to be saved by circumstance, or as someone cooperating with timing? Victimhood creates stagnation. Partnership creates progress. The universe works with those who work with it. Right now, cooperation looks like patience, emotional discipline, and attentiveness. This is not glamorous, but it is powerful. You are being trained to think long-term instead of emotionally, to act from strategy rather than stress. This is how lives transform sustainably. You are standing at a quiet threshold, not one that demands dramatic action, but one that demands mature awareness. The way you handle this slow window will shape the speed of the next one. Those who stabilize now accelerate later. Those who destabilize now struggle later. This is not punishment. It is cause and effect. The universe is fair, precise, and consistent. This is your moment to choose alignment over anxiety, trust over tension, awareness over urgency. This is how powerful years begin, quietly, internally, intentionally. Right now, you are standing at the edge of a cycle that is quietly in, even if it doesn't feel dramatic. Life rarely announces endings with fireworks. It closes chapters the same way it opens new ones, subtly, gradually, through shifts in feeling before shifts in form. January 2026 is not a loud ending. It is a clean ending. The universe is tying off loose threads so you don't drag unfinished energy into the next phase. That is why reflection is strong right now. Why memories surface. Why unresolved emotions reappear briefly. This is not regression. It is resolution. You are not going backward. You are completing a loop, and closed loops free enormous energy. The universe cannot accelerate you while emotional weight is unresolved. So it is lightening your load first. Many people feel emotional neutrality right now. Not happy, not sad, just quiet. This is not emptiness. It is reset. Emotional neutrality is the space between stories. The old narrative has ended. The new one has not fully begun. This is sacred pause. And sacred pauses always precede major shifts. What you are sensing is not uncertainty. It is openness. Your future is not blocked. It is undefined. And that is powerful. Undefined means flexible. It means potential is wide again. You are not trapped in a narrow identity anymore. You are becoming fluid. This is the emotional state that allows new realities to form. The universe is also closing karmic patterns, old cycles of overgiving, overstruggling, overproving. You are no longer meant to earn peace through exhaustion. The next phase is built on alignment, not sacrifice. This is why your nervous system is being retrained. You are learning that calm is productive, that clarity is efficient, that ease is not laziness, it is mastery. The future being opened is not louder, it is cleaner, less chaotic, more intentional. This is not a path of constant emotional turbulence. It is a path of grounded progress. That is why the foundation is being reinforced now. Some of you have been in survival mode for years. This cycle is closing. The universe is shifting you from survival to construction, from coping to creating, from reacting to directing. This is a major transition. And major transitions are always quieter than expected at first. The future opening for you is built on self-trust. You will rely less on external validation and more on internal guidance. This changes everything, because when you trust yourself, you choose better environments, better relationships, better opportunities. Your life becomes cleaner by design. The universe is not changing your world randomly. It is changing you, and your world will follow. This is the real sequence of transformation. Identity first. Environment second. You may not see the doors yet, but hinges are being installed. Paths are being cleared. Conditions are being prepared. The universe works like an architect, not a magician. It constructs before it reveals. The next phase will not arrive with chaos. It will arrive with clarity. You will recognize it by how natural it feels. Not forced, not dramatic, just right. And when movement resumes, it will feel steady, not frantic. That is how you'll know this preparation phase succeeded. This is the closing of an unstable chapter and the opening of a more deliberate one. The universe is not taking you backward. It is repositioning you forward. And when you look back months from now, you will see this moment clearly. You will realize this was not a waiting period. It was a turning period, quiet, precise, essential. And now, as we close this transmission, remember this. The universe does not waste time, and it does not make mistakes. Every pause has purpose. Every delay has design. Every ending carries a beginning inside it. If this message found you, it is because you are exactly where you need to be. Do not rush this moment. Let it shape you. Let it steady you. Let it prepare you. Because what is forming now will soon begin to move quickly. If this message resonated, take a moment to anchor it. Like this video so this alignment reaches others who need it. Subscribe to Celestial Insight to stay connected to these transmissions as the year unfolds. Share this with someone who feels stuck in transition and needs clarity right now. And remember, this moment will make sense later.